All right, guys, today I am on page 36 in your NBT 5 to NBT 7 math notebook. We're going to talk about the partial quotient strategy. I know I showed you a little bit in the video yesterday, but we are going to look at it today. So partial quotients is a strategy that you can use to divide numbers. So if you look at this example, what they did was you're looking to see, you're multiplying and then subtracting to see how you can get to 0 or less than your divisor. So what they've done is they've said, okay, I have 464. I can take 29 times 10 and get 290. Then they subtract and get 174. Then they can take 5. 5 times 29 is 145. Then they subtract and they get 29. Well, then 29 goes into 29 one time. So then you add 10, 5, and 1, and you get 16. And 16 is the quotient of your division problem. Now we're going to work a couple problems together. So if I can get you to go to page 40 in your notebook, where you're still in our NBT 5 to NBT 7 notebook. So if you'll go right here with me, so we're going to look at this. We have 3,467 divided by 27. Well, what I'm going to do here is I'm thinking to myself, can I multiply 27 by 1,000? Then that would give me 27,000, and that's too much. So let's try 100. 27 times 100 would be 2,700. Okay, then I'm going to subtract, borrow. I have 767. Well, I'm thinking to myself, I can't do another 100 because that was 2,700, so let's try 10. 27 times 10 is 270. 7, gonna subtract, so 9, I would get 497. Well, then I can do 10 again, 270. And boys and girls, you can pretty much do any number that you want as long as you are taking the number from here, multiplying and subtracting. So then I get 227. So what I am looking at is how many times can 27 go in to 227? So maybe I should try 5. So let's say 27 times 5. And you may have to do some work out here to the side, just like Miss Lamont is doing. So then I'm going to subtract again. And I get 92. So I know that can go 3 more times. 27 times 3 gives me 81. And then I get my remainder of 11. So I'm going to take my remainder of 11 to the top. And I'm going to add all of these numbers. So 5 plus 3 is 8. 1 and 1 is 2. 1. So we have 128 with a remainder of 11. All right, let's go ahead and look at the next one. Well, I know 10 would not be enough, because I could take 16 times 100 and I get 1,600. I could do another 100. 1,600. Do you see what Mrs. Lamont is doing here, guys? I'm looking to see how many times 16 times what can go right here. So 3 minus 1 is 2. Oh, look, I can go another 100 times. 4. Make sure that you're being careful with your subtraction. So then I get 874. So then I know I can go by 10, can't I? I can go by 10, 160. Oh, I can do another 10. And boys and girls, this is just another strategy that you can use. You do not have to use this strategy, but in case you were asked about it on a test, you need to be able to talk about it or recognize the steps that are in it. All right, now we're down to 74. How many times can 16 go into 74? Let's try 5. 16 times 5. Nope, that's 80. So then we need to do 16 times 4. 64. So we need to put 4. And then I've got a remainder of 10. So I'm going to take my remainder of 10 to the top up here. Okay. Nope, sorry guys. I know you can't see all my work right there. I apologize. Then I'm going to add all my numbers together. 4. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I have 1, 2, 3. So my answer is 354, remainder 10. Now I know some of you may prefer the standard algorithm, but if you have trouble with the standard algorithm, this partial quotient strategy is another way that you can divide.